Hello and welcome to the SJCR quiz, the St John's quiz for this week. Hope you can all hear me. If not, please do let me know. Uh, yeah, I hope you can all hear me and let me know. Hopefully I'll be able to see live comments, but I'm not sure if I will. Uh, Let me know if you can see me and if you can hear me. That would be amazing. I hope you can. Otherwise, I am flying blind. And that's not going to be great if I'm flying blind. Um, so let me know. I've got all my questions ready. Get some teams together. Uh, it's going to be a really good quiz, and the questions are quite hard, which will be challenging for some of you, I think, which will be grand, I think. Have some really nice, challenging questions all about Eurovision. Um, yeah, so please do feel free to join me when you get a chance. So I'm going to sit here for a couple of minutes and then we'll get going at 8:30. Hope people do join. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit. We've got two people so far, which is good. We can play with two people. I hope you can hear me with all of this gubbins. So yeah, do feel free to let me know what you think of the quiz so far. And oh, why is chat being disabled? Hmm, can I do something about that? Not at this end. Maybe YouTube's not the best medium for this because I can't do my final question. Um, can't do my final round. No, I can. There's a way of doing it. Hmm, there's a way of doing it. Yes, there's a way of doing it. It just means points can be different at the end. But we will get there. Yes, we will get there. This means the point system overall can be different. Uh, but we can work that out when we get to it. It was going to be maximum score for tonight was going to be out of 87, but that's not going to be the case now. It's going to be out of 67 because I can't do my final round. So it's going to be about flags, but for some reason I can't share the screen. Maybe for next time, which is in 2 weeks' time, I will pre-record this somehow. Put it up. That might be the easier way of doing it. I think pre-recording might be the better way of doing it. An environment that's a bit more conducive to taking part in quizzes. Just adamant I turned on share screen. Adamant is where I turn on share screen and live chat. But this is somewhat annoying. I thought I had set up chat. Not quite so good. Again, it's all a learning process. It's all a learning process. So that's all what we're hoping for is for the learning process. As in, we're all not going to become masters overnight, are we? So that'll be fun. Um, so for those of you who are joining later, I'm going to get going at, well, it'll be live for about 5 minutes. That gives people some time to get going. So another minute or two to get going with the quiz. And we shall see how that happens. Another minute, and then we'll get going. To give you a brief introduction to the 5 rounds to the quiz. That's 5 rounds. First round will be on winners. The second round will be on nul point. Nul point. So it's 0 point. Then it's on hosts. Then it's on acts. And then it's going to be on the countries that have taken place and the years that they joined. But I will explain it all when we get to it. If you need to ask me some questions to go along this, shoot me up on Twitter at Lewis Eden, all one word, Lewis Eden. Facebook, find me on Facebook. Just search for Lewis Scott Eden on Facebook. Instagram is, I've forgotten what I am on Instagram. That's not quite so good. I think it's Louis Lou 94. Let's just double check. Let's pull up Instagram as I check. Um, so if you need to catch me, it's Louis Lou 94. So if you need to message me at all in any way, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I'm on it. Shoot me up. Most on Reddit. Not that I use Reddit, but shoot me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I wish it was all the same handle, but it's not. So for Facebook, it's just look for Lewis Scott Eden, or it's lewis.eden.hi, I think is my profile picture URL. Twitter, it's at Lewis Eden, all one word. On Instagram, it's Louis Lou, that's LOUILOU94. So now it's just gone after 8:30. Let's get cracking with this. So, our first round, let's move the microphone up, might be able to hear me a bit better. So, our first round is all to do with winners. Our first question is, which country won the very first Eurovision Song Contest in 1956? That is, which country won the very first Eurovision Song Contest in 1956? I should say I'm going to go through the answers at the very end of the quiz. So I'm going to go through all 5 rounds of questions, and then going to give it 5 minutes after that, and then get going with the answers. And go stream through them quite quickly, which will hopefully work. I'm going to take these headphones off because I can't quite hear myself properly. I do nothing anyway, so take them off. Question number 2. Who won last year's song contest? Who won last year's song contest? Question number 3. Which country has the greatest number of winners? That is, which country has the greatest number of winners? Question 4. Johnny Logan of Ireland is the only act to have won more than once. The first time in 1980 and the second when? Johnny Logan of Ireland is the only act to have won more than once. The first time he won was in 1980. When was the second? Question 5. In what year did ABBA sing Waterloo for Sweden? In what year did ABBA sing Waterloo for Sweden? The Canadian singer Celine Dion won the song contest in 1988 with Ne, with Ne Pates Pas Sans Moi. Which country was she representing? So the Canadian singer Celine Dion won the song contest in 1988 with Ne with Ne Pates Pas Sans Moi. Which country was she representing? The United Kingdom has won the song contest 5 times. The last time was back in 1997 with the song Love, Shine a Light. But who was the performer? The United Kingdom has won the song contest 5 times. The last time was back in 1997 with the song Love, Shine a Light. But who was the performer? Oh, now this is a favourite of mine. 2009 was the last time Norway won the contest with a really great song. It was my ringtone for like 6 months afterwards. It's performed by the singer turned violinist Alexander Rybak. What was the name of the song? 2009 was the last time Norway won the contest with a really, really great song. It's one of my absolute favourite songs in Eurovision of my lifetime, performed by the singer turned violinist Alexander Rybak. What was the name of the song? Portugal is a country that holds the record for the highest number of points awarded to its entry. No, no, let's restart that again. So Portugal is the country with the highest number of points awarded to its entry to the contest. So basically, it holds the highest number of points for any entry since 1956. Its entry what was Salvador Sobras with the song Ame Polos Dos. He won with 758 points. What year did this happen? So basically, what I want to know is Portugal's entry, Salvador Sobra, with his song Amar, Polis Dois, won in what year with 758 points? What year did it happen in? And question 10. So really, it's a bit of a trivial question. It's a good pop quiz question, this one is. There's only been one year in the over 65 years of the Eurovision Song Contest that there's been more than one winner. Can you tell me the year it happened in? And bonus points if you can name all four countries that won the contest. So there's been one year in the whole 65 years or so of Eurovision Song Contests. There's only been one year in which there's been more than one winner. This year had four winners. Can you tell me the year it happened in, and the four countries that won? You'll get a bonus point if you can tell me the year and all four countries. So that's round one done. I'll give you a minute or two to let me know how you get on with the questions. If you can hear me, that's grand. Let me know on any of the social media sites I'm on. I'm on most of them, as I said earlier. I can't do anything about the description for the video, which is a bit annoying. So I can't get out of YouTube Studio at the moment unless I end the stream, which is a bit annoying. But we'll figure it out as we go along. It's a lesson. It's a learning curve. Hmm. I can't seem to figure out how to do it. Can I see if we can do it from this end? I'm trying to see if we can do something. I'm gonna. My mouse has just died. That's annoying. Um, so as I'm gonna before I go into round two, I am going to update the the description, so you've got access to my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts. Um, so that you can get in touch with me. I'm also going to put my email address up as well, so you can get in touch with me via email. No spam though. Let's just make sure I'm going to give you my right. Yeah, Lewis S. Either you need the S. Okay, so Lewis. I got triple S. Lewis. Yeah, there we go. Lewis Aston, facebook.com/. At me, that is amazing. Can I give you an Instagram link to my page? Okay, basic. Let's try this. Let's see what this does now. Huzzah! I have wandered, sorry about that. I've wandered away at some bits and bobs of things. So I've now updated my description below where it's got my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and email address associated with it. If you need to get in touch with me, let me know. I've also put live chat available, so do let me know if you need to get in touch with me via live. Any questions, feel free to put them in there. I'll try and get back to you on this screen. So anyway, on to round two. Um, round two is all about nil point. There have been several different scoring systems used at Eurovision, some of which have me getting nil point. More likely, and this round is going to look at some of the different songs, performers, and countries that have scored nil point throughout the history of the song contest. So, my first question for you is: in what year was the first nil points scored at the contest? And what year? And what year was the first nil point scored at the contest? Question number two: how many countries scored nil point in that year? So that's a bit of a sneaky question. You need to know the answer for question one first. Um, question two was: how many countries scored nil point in that year? I'll tell you, it's more than one. Um, between it's greater than one and less than the number of entries taking part. So not an infinite sequence. Um, question three: what is the longest run of years where at least one country has scored nil point? Bonus point if you can tell me the date range, the year range. So what is the longest run of years where at least one country has scored nil point? So I'm looking for the number of years and the years themselves. Question 4. The UK has scored nil points once with the song Cry Baby sang by Germany. What year did this happen in? The UK has scored nil points once with the song Cry Baby sang by Germany. What year did this happen in? I'll give you a clue. It's within my lifetime. In 2015, two countries scored nil points. One was Germany, and the other was whom? Nope, who? In 2015, two countries scored nil points. One was Germany. The other was who? Question number 6. Which country has scored nil points for two consecutive years? Which country scored nil points for two consecutive years? How many different countries have scored nil points at the contest in its history? How many different countries have been awarded nil points throughout the contest's history? Question 8. Austria and Norway both currently share the record for being awarded nil points the greatest number of times. How many times have they each been awarded nil points? So Austria and Norway both currently share the record for being awarded nil points the greatest number of times. But how many times have they each been awarded nil points? So our last two questions of this round are Norwegian shaped. First of all, I want to know, when was the last time Norway was awarded nil points? I want to know, when was the last time Norway was awarded nil points? And finally, the last time Norway was awarded nil points, they weren't alone. What country was also awarded nil points the last time Norway scored nil points? So basically, questions 9 and 10 are tied together. They're linked. So when was the last time Norway scored nil points? And what country also won nil points at the same time? So I'm going to wait a couple of minutes and then move on to round 3 in a couple of minutes' time. Let me know if you need any clarifications, verifications, or questions shouted out again. Um, Let me know in the chat below. Let me know via social media. Let me know via whatever different platform you want to be in touch with. I'm on it all. They're all in the description below. Okay, no one wants to be in touch, so I am going to move on to the next round. I'm just make sure you're still getting sound because I've got the video up on another screen. Yeah, we're still getting sound. That's the main thing. So round three is all about hosts. Traditionally, at least since 1958, the winner of the previous year's song contest will host the next one. So in 1956, the first host was chosen at random. In 1957, again, that the second host was chosen at random. It was until 1958 was it the winner of the 1957 song contest that hosted it. Um, and after that, it's more or less um, been the person who's won the contest has hosted it the following year. Um, but anyway, I've got a bit of a blur for this round, so I'll read it out. Traditionally, the winner of the previous year's song contest will host the next one, although this will not always be the case. Winning the song contest and then hosting it the next year can do great things for the host city, seeing a boom in tourism and economic investment in the city. But this often comes at great expense to the host country, to the host nation. And so this round is all about the different host countries of the song contest. So question one of this round is which nation hosted the song contest in 1956? So who hosted the very first Eurovision Song Contest in 1956? That is, who hosted the European Song Contest in 1956, the very first contest? Question two. Which country has held the contest the greatest number of times? Which country has hosted the contest the greatest number of times? Question three. The United Kingdom has hosted the contest on numerous occasions and has used a different venue each time. But can you name all the different host cities that United Kingdom has used? You get a point per city, and you then get a bonus point if you can name all of the cities or towns that have been used. So United Kingdom has hosted the contest on a number of times and has used different venues each time, but not different host cities. But can you list all the different host cities that the United Kingdom has used? You'll get a point per city, and you then get a bonus point if you can name all the cities. Now, there's one city in the world that has, well, in Eurovision universe, that has hosted the contest the greatest number of times. Can you tell me what city that is and how many times it has hosted the city for our bonus point? So one city has hosted the contest the greatest number of times. Can you tell me what that city is and how many times it has hosted the contest rather? Question 5. Where was this year's song contest meant to be held? I'm looking for the country and the city. Well, or the city. So, where was this year's song contest meant to be held? I'm looking for the city, or the country, and you get a bonus point if you can tell me both. Since 1960, since the year 1960, there has been 5 occasions on which the winner of the previous year's song contest has not gone and hosted it the following year. Which countries? Now, there's 2 countries that have hosted it instead of the winner. Can you tell me the 2 countries that have hosted it instead of the winner? So, since the year 1960, there have been 5 occasions on which the winner of one contest has not gone on and hosted it the following year. Can you tell me what 2 countries have hosted it in place of the winning nation? Question 7. In 1998, when the UK last hosted the song contest, who co-presented the show alongside the late great Sir Terry Wogan? In 1998, when the UK last hosted the song contest, who hosted the song contest, or who presented rather the contest alongside the late great Sir Terry Wogan? In the year 1990, Yugoslavia held the contest. And what present day country can the host city be found in? So in the year 1990, the former Republic of Yugoslavia. No, the former Yugoslavia Republic. Whatever. I'll restart that. So in the year 1990, Yugoslavia held the contest. The capital city it was used is no longer in Yugoslavia. But what present day country is it in? France has hosted the contest 3 times. Once in Paris, and where else in the country? France has hosted the contest 3 times. Once in Paris, and where else in the country? Last hosted the contest last year. The host city was Tel Aviv. Can you tell me why Tel Aviv was chosen and not Jerusalem, the preferred choice of the Israeli state? Israel last hosted the contest last year in 2019. The host city was Tel Aviv. Can you tell me why Tel Aviv was chosen and not Jerusalem, the preferred choice of the Israeli state? I'll be back in a couple of minutes to go on to our penultimate rounds. I've been messaging from Rebecca, and she wants me to say hi to her from everyone here at the SJCR. And I hope you're having a good time with this quiz. I've tried to make it a bit challenging and a bit difficult for some people while throwing in some easier questions. It's a bit challenging always doing these quizzes because you can't quite judge the room because I'm doing it from my room and not from everyone else's room. So it's a bit difficult. Any message requests? Let's see. Epic, Rebecca, epic. Um, anyway, let's go on to our penultimate round on UK acts. Um, this round was going to focus on multiple different acts throughout the history of the contest, but it was rather late when I wrote the quiz, so it's all on UK acts. I hope this will be fun. Should be quite an easy round. I hope if you've got great Eurovision history of the UK acts, you should get this round. Anyway, our first question is to do with the UK. The UK's first runner-up position was in what year? So the first time UK contest finished second was in what year? The song was Sing Little Birdie, performed by Pearl Carr and Teddy Johnson. The UK first secured runners-up position in what year? The song was Sing Little Birdie, performed by Pearl Carr and Teddy Johnson. Question 2. Bucks Fizz won the contest in 1981 with Making Your Mind Up. The group were specifically formed for the 1981 contest. True or false? So Bucks Fizz won the contest in 1981 with Making Your Mind Up. The group were formed specifically for the 1981 contest. True or false? Question 3. Jade Ewan performed the song It's My Time, which was written by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Diane Warren. In what year? So Jade Warren performed the song It's My Time, which was written by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Diane Warren. In what year? Question number 4. Engelbert Humperdinck, he doesn't love saying his name, Engelbert Humperdinck represented the UK in what year? He only won 12 points and finished second last. Not quite a wooden spoon, one away from the wooden spoon. So Engelbert Humperdinck represented the UK in what year? He won only 12 points and finished second last. So back in 2014, Molly Smitten Downs represented the UK under the performer name Molly, having co-written her song alongside Anders Hansen. What was the song called? It was thought to be one of the favourites of that year, but came 17th. So Molly Smitten Downs represented the UK in 2014 under the name Molly, having co-written her song alongside Anders Hansen. What was the song called? It was thought to be one of the favourites, but only came 17th. Question number 6. Welsh singer Welsh singer songstress Bonnie Tyler represented the UK in 2013. What was the name of the song she performed? Welsh singer songstress Bonnie Tyler represents the UK in 2013. What was the name of the song she performed? The UK finished last. No, it's got that. UK last finished in second place in 1998 with the song "Where Are You?" Who sung it? The UK last finished in second place in 1998 with the song "Where Are You?" Who sang it? Question 8. The Brotherhood of Man won the song contest in 1976 with "Save Your Hugs for Me." True or false? The Brotherhood of Man last won the song contest. No, the Brotherhood of Man won the song contest in 1976 with "Save Your Hugs for Me." True or false? Question number 9. Congratulations was the name of the song of the UK's entry in 1968. But who performed it for the UK? So Congratulations was the name of the song of the UK's entry in 1968. But who performed it? And finally, of our axe round, which northeast English town is the birthplace of the UK's 2019 entry, Michael Rice? So Michael Rice is the northeast of England. He was the UK's 2019 entry. But which northeast town is he from? So finally, last question again. Which northeast English town is the birthplace of the UK's 2019 performer, Michael Rice? I'll be back in a minute or two with our final rounds. I've had one message saying that I pronounced Engelbert Humperdinck's name wrong. That was me typing up last night. I typed out quickly and forgot to put the N in it. So um, that was me. I wrote Humperdinck, rather Humperdinck last night because I was really tired doing it. Don't recommend writing a quiz when you're really tired. Um, okay, so no more messages from anyone. Um, yeah, so no one's got me an email, no one's dropped me a line. Um, I think I shall continue then. Um, so this next round was going to be a flags round, but um, for some reason I can't seem to do share screen on YouTube live. It's a bit of a disappointment, so we do it slightly differently. So I was going to show you 10 different flags, and you had to tell me the country that that flag represents and the year they entered the contest in, the first appeared in the contest. Instead, I am going to um, I'm going to read out the country's name, and you have to tell me what year they first appeared in the contest. So our First country is San Marino. What year did San Marino first appear in? Um, Question two. What year did Australia first perform in? What year did Australia first perform in? Question three. What year did North Macedonia first appear in? They first appeared under the name Former Yugoslavian Republic of Macedonia. So what year did North Macedonia slash the former Yugoslavian Republic of Macedonia appear in? Question four. In what year did Bosnia and Herzegovina first perform in? What year did Bosnia and Herzegovina first perform in? And what year did Portugal first appear in? And what year did Portugal first appear in? And what year did Cyprus first perform on? And what year did Cyprus first perform in? And what year did Andorra first perform on? And what year did Andorra first perform in? Latvia's next. What year did Latvia first appear? And finally, Estonia. What year did Estonia appear in? So I'll quickly go through that list again, and then I'll give it a few minutes, and I'll go back through the answers. If you need any questions repeated, let me know. I will put a link to a Dropbox. It's got all the questions in this at the very end. Well, once it's uploaded, so everyone who's watching late can check up with answers when it's not live. So round five, the countries are San Marino, Australia, North Macedonia slash former Yugoslavian Republic of Macedonia was who they first appeared as. Botswana and Herzegovina. No, no, Bosnia and Herzegovina, because Botswana is in the continent of Africa. So Bosnia and Herzegovina, Switzerland, Portugal, Cyprus, Andorra, Latvia, and Estonia. I'll give you a clue. Australia is the newest entry on my list, and Switzerland is my oldest. So they all appear between Switzerland and Australia in terms of timeline. So we're gonna have a time for some chill out chat on Zoom afterwards. So I'm gonna update the description on the video in order to reflect that. So that Um, edit details. Um, I need to find my Zoom link and then I will add you up. No, no, no. Copy an invitation. Oh, what have we just done? Control Z. That's all right. Where's the save button? Save, there we go, save. Okay. So I've now updated the description to show the Zoom details for afterwards, which we can go into afterwards. Um, anyway, I'm gonna go back through the rounds. So back in round one, I looked at the winners in the history of the song contest. So question one of round one was which country won the very first song contest in 1956? The answer to that was Switzerland. Of course, Switzerland won. They hosted it. Of course, they won. Also, very interesting voting system they used then. They changed it in 1957, I think. Who won last year's song contest? That was the Netherlands. Which country has the greatest number of winners? Of course, that's our Irish cousins in Ireland. Johnny Logan is the only act to have won more than once. He first won in 1980, and the second time was in 1987. In what year did ABBA sing Waterloo for Sweden? That um, was 1974. 1974. The Canadian singer Celine Dion won the song contest in 1988 with Ne Partez pas sans moi. Which country was she representing? She was representing Switzerland. The United Kingdom has won the song contest 5 times. The last time was back in 1997 with the song Love Shine a Light. But who sang it? Of course, that was Katrina and the Waves. Katrina and the Waves sang Love Shine a Light for the UK back in 1997. 2009 was when I was reminiscing of this brilliant singer violinist, Alexander Rybak of Norway. He had a really great song. What was it called? Of course, it was called Fairy Tale. The line to the chorus went, I'm in love with a fairy tale, even though it hurts. I'm not going to sing it because I'll murder it. And I don't want to murder it because it's such a brilliant song. As I say, it was my ringtone for 6 months. That's going back to 2009. That's how much of an impact it had on me. Um, Portugal won 758 points. It's the record number of points for Eurovision at the moment. The entry was Salvador Sobral with the song Amor Polis Dos. What year did that happen in? That was 2017. It's only 3 years ago when Portugal set the record of the greatest number of points of 758. That was 2017 for question 9. So there has only been 1 year in which there's been more than one winner. That year was 1969. So you get a point for 1969, and you get a point each if you can tell me all the countries that won the contest that year. You've got France, you've got the Netherlands, you've got Spain, and you've got the UK. So you get all four countries. You get an extra point. So all four countries will give you 5 points if you got all four right. Otherwise, it's anything between 0 and 5. So round one has a maximum of 15 points. So it's our second highest round score that you can get is 15. That's the whole quiz this week. I'll give you a minute to pop. I'll give you a moment to pop total time up, and then I'll go into round two, which is all about nil point. Nil point. Nil point. So I wanted to know for question one of round one, and what year was the first nil point scored at the contest? That was 1962. 1962 was the year in which the first act. No, 1962 was the first year in which there was an act that scored nil point. And how many countries in 1962 scored nil point? That was 4. I was going to be really annoying and add in tell me what countries those were, but that would be really, really annoying. I'm not that mean. Um, but the follow-up question to that was sort of related is what is the longest run of years in which at least one country has scored nil point? That was 6 years from 1962 to 1967. So you get a point if you say it was 6. You then get another point if you say 62 to 67. Question 4, bit easier this time. The UK scored nil point once with the song Cry Baby sang by Germany. What year did this happen in? That was 2003. 2003 was the year in which the UK scored nil point. Um, in 2015, two countries scored nil point. One was Germany, and the other was the host, Austria. Unusual for the hostess to not get a single point. So 2015, two countries scored nil point. One was Germany, and the other was Austria, the host. Now, one country has scored nil point on 2 consecutive years. It's back in the 60s. 66 and 67, I think. I'd have to check online again. That country was the Netherlands. So Netherlands is the only country that has scored nil point for 2 consecutive years. How many? Question 7 was I want to know how many countries have been awarded nil point throughout the entire history of the contest. And 18 different countries have been awarded nil point. 18 was the answer to question 7. Austria and Norway both currently share the record for being awarded nil point the greatest number of times. But how many times have they been awarded nil point? And that is 4. It's 4 times both of them have been awarded nil point at different times. So, yeah. When was the last time Norway was awarded nil point? That was 1997. So 1997 was the last time Norway was awarded nil point. And in 1997, Portugal also also were awarded nil points. So Portugal were awarded nil points back in 1997 when Norway last won, the last games were given nil points. My questions are not grammatically correct. Apologies. English, it's not my first language. I'm still learning it. I grew up in Aberdeen. I know Scots quite well. You know what I mean. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to get your scores totaled up. Maximum score for this round is 12. Um, I thought if someone did get nil point, I wouldn't be surprised because it's quite a tricky round. So I'll give it a minute or two and then it'll go on to round 3 again. Just check my messages and I've got a really funny message. It's about my pronunciation of nous point. So get there with it. French, not my greatest. It's fine. You know what I mean. Um, let's just check my message. See if I've got any messages on Instagram. Um, any emails? Nope. So anyway, going on to round 3 was all about hosts. Um, oh, that was very sweet. Um, so I wanted to know what nation hosted the first Eurovision in 1956? Of course, that was Switzerland. I think I might give you the answer for that at some point in the quiz. I think I might have accidentally slipped that. Yes, I did. I did back in round 1 when I told you the answer for round 1. Switzerland won because they also hosted it, so a bit dubious that. But I didn't host it the second year. That was Germany. Germany hosted the second time after that. Um, Question 2 was which country has held the contest the greatest number of times? And that, my friends, is the United Kingdom. We, the nation that is united, has held the contest the most number of times. Um, but can you tell me all the cities slash towns that has hosted the contest? We've got London, we've got Edinburgh, we've got Brighton, we've got Harrogate, and we've got Brighton. So we've hosted 8 times in 5 different venues, 4 times in London, once in Edinburgh, once in Brighton, once in Harrogate, and once in Birmingham. Birmingham back in the 90s, Harrogate 80s, I think. I'm not quite sure. London 4 times. The Royal Usher Hall, the BBC Broadcasting Centre, Royal Albert Hall, and a theatre somewhere. I can't think where it is. Um, it was Usher Hall in Edinburgh. It was the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham, and the Harrogate Exhibition Centre, the International Centre, the Exhibition Centre in Harrogate, which has also been made into a Nightingale Hospital of late. Don't think it's been used. Anyway, that's me diversing. Um, which city has hosted the contest the most? And you got a bonus point if you could tell me how many times it's hosted it. So it's Dublin. Dublin's hosted the contest the greatest number of times, and it's hosted 7 times. 7 times is how many times Dublin has hosted the contest. Um, I'm not sharing that. That last message, I'm not sure. It's funny, but I'm not sharing it. Um, so where was this year's song contest meant to be held? I told you earlier, it was meant to be held in the Netherlands. And if you could tell me what city in the Netherlands, you got a point. You could tell me both the Netherlands and Rotterdam, you got an extra point. So Netherlands was a host nation, Rotterdam was a host city, and you got a point each, and you then got 3 points if you told me both Netherlands and Rotterdam. Um, since 1960s, five nations that did not win the previous year's contest um, have hosted it. What are the two countries that have hosted between those 5 times? Well, the UK's hosted it 4 times, and the Netherlands so the UK's hosted it 4 times, and the Netherlands have hosted it once. So UK's only won the contest 4 times. Yeah, only won it 4 times, and it's hosted it an extra 4 times because other countries have not, by not being able to afford to run it, or are not ones running it so close to running a previous one. It's really, really expensive running Eurovision. It's expensive. Um, Back in 1998 was when the UK last hosted the song contest. He co-presented the show alongside the late great Sir Terry Wogan. Of course, that's Ulrika Johnson. Ulrika Johnson co-presented the UK co-presented the 1998 Eurovision Song Contest that was presented from the UK. In 1990, Yugoslavia held the contest. In what present-day country can the host city be found in? That's Croatia. Croatia is a modern day nation for. No, let's repeat that. In 1990, Yugoslavia held the contest. In what present-day country can the host city be found in? That's Croatia. Question 9. France has hosted the contest 3 times. Once in Paris, where else in the country? And that's Cannes. France has hosted the contest 3 times. Once in Paris, and where else in the country? And that's Cannes. It's hosted twice in Cannes. It's not Cannes, it's Cannes. The Cannes Film Festival, yeah. The Cannes Festival. Why am I pronouncing the S? Um, Israel last hosted the contest in 2019. The host was Tel Aviv. Can you tell me why Tel Aviv was chosen and not Jerusalem, which was the preferred choice by the Israeli state? It's because no venue in Jerusalem was deemed suitable. So Israel last hosted the contest last year. The host city was Tel Aviv. But can you tell me why Tel Aviv was chosen and not Jerusalem, which was the preferred choice by the Israeli state? Of course, it's because no venue in Jerusalem was deemed suitable. So in this round, you get a maximum of 20 points. You are getting 6 points. If you were getting 6 points, you're only getting 5 points. You were getting 5 points if you could name every host city in the UK. That's London, Edinburgh, Brighton, Harrogate, and Birmingham. And you were then getting 3 points if you tell me Dublin and seven. And you were then getting 3 points if you could tell me the Netherlands and Rotterdam, but only a point for the UK and a point for the Netherlands in question 6. That should give you 20 total out of maximum. Anyway, I'll give you a minute or two to calculate that, and then I'll go on to our fourth round. Just had to reply to a message. So our penultimate round was an axe. So an UK act specifically. So I'm going to run through this quite quickly. So I wanted to know what year the UK first came runner-up in the contest. The song was Sing Little Birdie, performed by Pearl Carr and Teddy Johnson. That year was 1959. So UK first came second in 1959 with the song Sing Little Birdie, performed by Pearl Carr and Teddy Johnson. Bucks Fizz won the contest in 1981 with Making Your Mind Up. The group were formed specifically for the 1981 song contest. True or false? The answer was that it's true. Bucks Fizz really were formed for the 1981 Eurovision Song Contest. I'm trying to think what other things they came on to release because they were quite big at one point in the early 80s. I think they get rolled out at Christmas every year, but I could be wrong. So Jade Ewing performed the song It's My Time, which was written by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Diane Warren in 2009. So I was looking for what year Jade Warren performed the song It's My Time, written by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Diane Warren. That was 2009. So, and question 4, Engelbert Humperdinck represents the UK in what year, where he only won 12 points and finished second last? That was 2012. So he hosted the Olympics and did quite a good job of that in 2012. But that was only because he became second last in Eurovision with Engelbert Humperdinck. That was 2012. Makes you think. Molly Smitten-Jones, performing under the name Molly, represented the UK in 2014. She co-wrote her song alongside Anders Hansen. What was the song called? It was called Children of the Universe. Now that was an amazing song. Not quite as good as Fairy Tale, like Alexander Rybak, but it was a really good song. It's a good power ballad, which just wasn't hitting with the Eurovision audience. It's in previous years, a ballad like that would have done really, really good. But 2014 just wasn't a year for power ballads. So 2014, the UK's entry was with Molly, and the song was called Children of the Universe. Molly Tyler represented the UK in 2013. I was looking for what song she performed. It was called Believe in Me. Believe in Me was a title of Bonnie Tyler's song in 2013. The UK last finished in second in 1998 with the song Where Are You? But who sang it? It was Imani. Imani sang the song Where Are You back in 1998, where the UK last finished in second. Question 8 was another true or false question. It was the Brotherhood of Man won the song contest in 1976 with the song Save Your Hugs for Me. Was that true or false? It's subtly wrong, so it's false. Brotherhood of Man actually sang Save Your Kisses for Me. So the Brotherhood of Man won the song contest in 1976 with the song Save Your Kisses for Me, not Save Your Hugs for Me. So the correct answer for the question 8 was false. Congratulations was the name of the song of the UK's entry back in 1968. Who sang it? There's two acceptable answers to this. I will take Cliff Richard or Sir Cliff Richard or Sir Cliff. Any variation to do with Sir Cliff Richards is the right answer. So, Congratulations was the name of the song of the UK's entry in 1968, performed by Sir Cliff Richard. And finally, which northeast English town is the home of Michael Rice, the UK's entry to last year's song contest, and that is Hartlepool. Hartlepool is where Michael Rice is from, and he was the UK. So maximum points of that round is 10. I'll give you a minute or two to total them up, and then we will get back onto our final round. So someone just told me that I should forget going to church and become a DJ instead. Not quite sure how to take that, but I have been listening to a lot of Pop Master lately. It's like 10:28, BBC Radio 2 with Ken Bruce. It wasn't quite so good with Gary Davies was sitting in for Ken Bruce and was on holiday last week. No, not last week, the week before. It wasn't quite the same. Ken Bruce definitely is a good host. Right. Um, so anyway, so let's go on to our final round, which was about new entrants into Eurovision. So it was a year in which these countries first performed. So I was looking for the year they first came into the contest. I was wishing there'd be flags, but I can't share screen on this. Um, and for 2 weeks' time, I'm going to try and pre-record the quiz and then send it up, and then hopefully it'll be jazzy and all that sort of jazz, and we'll see how it goes from there. So 2 weeks' time will be another quiz, hopefully a bit more jazzy, perhaps, and I'll be in live chat or the comments, and people can have answer questions that way, and in trying to get links onto different social media platforms. So question number one of round five was I was looking for I'm looking for the year in which all these countries first appeared in a song contest. So San Marino first appeared in 2008. San Marino first appeared in 2008. Now Australia took part for the 60th anniversary, or is it the 50th? Let's just double check. Um, Czechoslovakia. Um, hmm, I can't seem to find. Anyway, actually, I'm going off on a tangent here. Australia first took part in 2015 in the 50th or the 60th anniversary. I think it's the 60th anniversary of the song contest. Um, North Macedonia, or the former Yugoslavian Republic of Macedonia, first appeared in 1998. So North Macedonia, or what was the former Yugoslavian Republic of Macedonia, first appeared in 1998. Bosnia and Herzegovina first appeared in 1993. Bosnia and Herzegovina first appeared in 1993. Switzerland first appeared in 1957. 1957 was when Switzerland first appeared. No, that's a typo. 1956. 1956 is when Switzerland first appeared. Fat fingers. I've got a new keyboard. I've got a wireless keyboard because my laptop's now about 8 inches off the desk, so it can actually have the camera eye level. So it must be a typo. But Switzerland first appeared in 1956. Portugal first appeared in 1964. Portugal first appeared in 1964. Cyprus, that is Southern Cyprus, first appeared in 1981. Cyprus first appeared in 1981. Andorra in 2004. Andorra in 2004. Latvia in 2000. Latvia first appeared at the millennium. And Estonia first appeared in 1994. 1994 saw the first appearance of Estonia. So it's a maximum of 10 points in that round. Well done, you've got all 10. Be impressed if you got all 10. That was quite a tricky round. But all the rounds have been quite tricky because I spent 2.5 hours on various Eurovision Wikipedia pages last night, and that was really good. The maximum score is 15 for round 1, 12 for round 2, so that's 27 maximum score so far, 20 for round 3, so that's 47. Round 4 was 10, so that's 57. And round 5 was 10, so that's 67. The maximum score was 67 out of 5 rounds. If you got 30 points, I would say you've passed. But it's not an exam. It's a bit of fun. But 30 points would be a respectable score. Anything after 50 points, you're doing really good. Anything above 60, you're doing phenomenal because I spent ages on this last night. So you got 60 points, I'd be impressed. But anything between 20 and 40, you're doing really good. So it was a tough round, tough quiz. Anyway, thank you very much for taking as they are, and the answers up onto Google Docs, into my Google Drive. I'll pop the link into it. I'll be like anyone who's got the link can view but not edit in order to keep my documents safe. I'll be up there for about a week, and then maybe a week and then I'll take it down. So yeah, thank you very much for taking part. I will appreciate any feedback on this quiz. Let me know what you thought of it, and I will try and do one. I'll try and do one a bit easier for a fortnight's time. In a fortnight's time, our quiz on the 26th of May will be on travel, children's TV shows of the noughties. So you're talking my childhood. My childhood is of the children's TV shows. Looking at the northeast of England, the periodic table, and then logos. I think I'm going to try and record this on Zoom, upload it onto YouTube afterwards, so that way I can do a share screen and get logos up. Or it might be on Word. I'm not sure. I'm going to figure out how to do it properly. I've got a bit more time in the next couple of weeks. I've got an interview on Friday, but I've got a bit more time after that to focus on this quiz. So let me know your feedback via one of the social media platforms below, whether that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or email. If you really want to be really weird, you can even send me some snail mail. We have to PM me for the address first. So snail mail is out of the picture, I'm afraid, because I'm not giving you my home address. Anyway, thank you very much for taking part, and I shall see you again in a fortnight's time. Well done, one and all. If you post your comment, your scores down below. So thank you very much. Bye bye.